Hey everyone, Screaming Geek Me here. I am Jerry the Geek. Today we're going to talk about Twister on 4K. But before we get into that, if you like physical media, 4Ks, Blu-rays, DVDs, if you like movies, home theater, if you like that stuff, check out my other videos on my channel where I do these reviews, discussions, collection updates, unboxings. Check that stuff out. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn your bell notification on. And also, comment below anytime in any of these videos and let me know what your thoughts are. So we're going to dive into Twister on 4K. Now, got a lot to talk about because I actually made a lot of notes. Some people go to unscripted or scripted. I'm a person, I have a terrible memory. I think about stuff I want to talk about, then I come down here and start talking and I miss something here and there, and then I start editing and I was like, damn, I forgot to mention about that. So I have to do notes because I'm just so forgetful. And especially with this one, this is a mixed bag. We're going to get that in a couple minutes. But, this is a great disaster movie. It came out in 1996, PG-13, directed by Jean de Bont. You got Bill Paxton, Helen Hunt. And, of course, the biggest thing I remember about this movie is Helen Hunt looks so freaking hot in those white tank tops. It might just be me, I don't know. But also we got Carrie Ells, Jamie Gertz, Philip Seymour Hoffman, which plays Dusty, great comedic actor. But it does serious stuff too, because really, when it comes to him, the two movies I remember him most are, Twister, and he played in Patch Adams with Robin Williams. He did a phenomenal job in that movie. So he's a really underrated actor, really good. Again, I think it's a great disaster movie. Definitely, it's. I first bought this on Laserdisc back in the day. Then I got it on DVD, Blu-ray, and now 4K. So it's been great to get this on all the different formats. A couple cool things I always remember, even from the crappy Laserdisc days, the scene of at the beginning when you first come across Bill and Melissa in the truck. They're panning into, the truck's driving across down the road. And as you get closer to the truck, right up against it, you can see the reflection of the helicopter on the side of the truck and windows. And this has been evident on every format you could see, and still nowadays, with 4K, it's easily see. It's something they've never cut out. They've left it in there. Also near the end with a Twister, all the explosions going on, a tanker truck comes up flying toward them, and on the side of the truck it says Benthic Petroleum. It's cool that I threw that in there because if you're not a big movie person, you probably don't know what that is, but it's from the Abyss, Benthic Petroleum, the company that the Abyss, the oil rig. So I kind of thought that was cool that they threw that in the effects and put that in there, a little Easter egg. So yeah, this movie I just always enjoyed watching no matter what format it comes out. I have to buy it and see how they upgrade it. Now the 4K here comes from Universal. It just came out this past, beginning of July. Filmed in 35 millimeter, finished with HDR10, no Dolby Vision. I wish I would have done Dolby Vision, add a little bit more to it. But this is where it's kind of hard to figure out where to start in my discussion here because, again, this is a mixed bag. Because a majority of it does look good. And the other reviews out there talking about this is, a reference disc or video and audio. And that's where I'm going to argue with them because I was disappointed with it. It opens up great, the scene when Joe as a kid, the tornado hitting the town. Great lighting, rich, deep contrast. You see the decor and all the details inside the house. And outside as the tornado's hitting, it is very dark, but at the same time, you can see the stuff. Everything looks really crisp. Sparks, little explosions. So I was, from the get-go, I was very impressed. I'm like, oh man, this is really good 4K. Then as it goes on, the outdoor daytime scenes, really great color saturation, the red truck, the green fields, blue skies. This really looks phenomenal. Some close-up shots, you know, Billy, his sport jacket he's wearing, you know, it's got the kind of the, I don't know what, you know, kind of the pleating plaid, you know, what kind of design, but you know, the textures there really pop. But as the movie goes on, you start seeing some dark scenes, and you start seeing things that, it's, in my opinion, is too dark. You kind of miss some of the details. You know, things are just kind of washed out in black, which we'll, you know, get to some of that when we go into the Blu-ray comparisons, comparing the Blu-ray and the 4K. But yeah, I just think overall a lot of this is dark, especially in the last half of it. It just, in my opinion, was just too much. And when you get to a point where you can't see stuff that's going on and you're squinting, you know, I got a 65-inch TV, and, you know, I don't sit that far away from it. So I should be, you know, should see everything easily, but, you know, it's not the case here. And another thing you're probably going to hear some people talk about is the green hues of the sky in a couple of the scenes. Some claim out there that are into tornadoes say it is true. That's what the skies look like. But, you know, my experience, you know, and my hometown in Ohio, when it was hit by tornado, and I never saw any green skies. But yeah, it's very evident here. A couple of the scenes, and just really green that it's not on the Blu-ray. Which leads us into talking about the Blu-ray comparisons. You know, a couple of dark shots, you know, I'll get to in a second. I apologize for because these shots are done during the day, and I can't control my lighting very well. I can shut the lights out, but I still get reflections coming through the windows. I just don't have the ability to black everything out because I don't have a theater room. This is my living room of the house. So I apologize for a couple of shots that you see the reflections coming onto the screen. I can't do anything about that. But again, you know, comparing the Blu-ray and the 4K, and most aspects of the release, the 4K is so much better than the Blu-ray. It gives you know, the contrast, you know, the brightness, you know, they dropped it down. It looks much deeper, you know, richer. You know, like shot here in the beginning where they're outside and the tornadoes and everything's going off. Shot here is really amped up on the brightness. It's not overdone. It still looks good. But then as they go to the 4K, they darken it up, but not too dark. It looks phenomenal here in that shot. But later on, it's because I just think they darkened it too much. Now, these shots are crazy because it's a shot of Joe and Melissa in the truck as they're heading down before you see the water. The Blu-ray, even though you can see everything, it looks like total shit because you look at the faces of Joe and Melissa. Definitely those things were enhanced, tweaked, they just screwed up and they look like shit. But then you go to the 4K, yes, you see a little bit of Joe's face. You do see some natural grain to it and overall textures, but it is so dark you can barely see anything. And here toward the end, when a tornado hits the drive-in and the garage there, mechanics, where they all hunkered down into the actually bay, and hubcap comes flying in and hits them. And that scene, you know, watching it on Blu-ray, actually, that scene in particular, I enjoy the Blu-ray much better because you can see everything going on. And the 4K shot here is just like all blacked out. You can barely see anything. So that is my problem with the 4K is they just made it too dark. I'm not sure what the hell they were thinking. You know, like I said, parts of it look better, and parts of it, the Blu-ray looks better. You know, so this is far from being a reference disc as far as looking at it. I just think Warner Brothers dropped the ball with this release. Regardless of what others out there, I'd argue that I don't know, I think they're smoking crack when they say this is a reference quality disc. Now let's talk about the audio track here. Dolby Atmos track, you know, of course, I don't have Atmos, I have 5.0. Now, this does sound better over the previous 5.1 track on the Blu-ray. But again, they're talking about this being a reference quality, the best Dolby Atmos track out there. Again, I will argue that, yes, there's parts of the movie that this freaking rocks. But overall, from beginning to end, it's got flaws. Parts of it has to deal with the music score, which I love Mark Mancini's. His music score is incredible, very powerful. But there's a couple of scenes where it overpowers the dialogue. You know, it's just too much of the music. It's not well balanced with the dialogue where it kind of drowns out the dialogue. You know, I can understand some of the sound effects that, would be more natural, would drown out the dialogue, but the music score shouldn't. You should hear that dialogue nice and clear. I mean, dialogue is clear throughout for the most part. It's just a couple of those scenes where it just gets drowned out by the music, in my opinion. Now, another scene I thought there was a botch with the audio is a scene with Joe and Bill on a hill as they're trying to collect this, wanting to collect all the little sensors, and they're yelling back and forth. The audio levels fluctuate up and down during that scene. I just thought that was kind of odd. I've never noticed that on the previous versions. So I'm not sure what happened there. So again, overall, it is a nice audio track, but it's flawed in my opinion. If I wanted to show off my system, there's plenty of other 4Ks out there I would show off before I would Twister. Now for the packaging here, I've got the Steelbook here. Nice matte finish. Design is kind of iffy. It could have been great, but it's not bad. It's it's definitely different. With old green hues again. And here's the overall look of it. And you can see it's, got the standard disc there. We'll pop it out so you can check out the artwork on the inside. That's the artwork on the inside. It does come with a digital code. So as I pop this back in, you can check out the digital code here. Hit the pause button, jot it down if you want to check it out. Now for the bonus features here, we have quite a bit. Got a new featurette called The Legacy of Twister, Taken by the Wind. It's a discussion with the director Jean DeBont talking about the film. Also, we got a commentary with the director and also visual effects supervisor Stefan Fangmeyer. And also we got some other featurettes: Chasing the Storm, Twister Revisited, Anatomy of a Twister. And also we got the HBO First Look, The Making of Twister. And also we got the Van Halen Humans Being music video. So some cool stuff. I'm glad they added something new there as well. So to wrap it up, the 4K here, man, this is such a mixed bag. It's hard to say go out and buy this. It doesn't blow the Blu-ray away. I mean, there's parts of it that does. So man, I think you just need to look for yourself and see what you think. You definitely have to have that controlled lighting. Even with the lights out, it just seemed like it was just too dark. You shouldn't have to have a $2,000 to $3,000 OLED TV to appreciate everything. These things should be appreciated no matter what you have. And people are wanting to get into 4K. This is not a good selling point. They're going to look at this and say, what the fuck? Parts of it's good, parts of it's bad, parts of the Blu-ray looks better. But if you are interested in getting this, there's different versions available. You got the two main versions already out. You got the standard version here. Amazon is $23.79. Grub is $24.96. It's not very often you have Grub that's actually like a buck or so more than Amazon. But if you want the Steelbook, this is where Grub is the way to go, because Amazon is wanting $41 for it. Grub is $30. But they did announce a Walmart exclusive Steelbook here. You can see it's priced at $35, but it doesn't have a release date. So I'm not sure when this is coming out. So if you like the looks of this Steelbook better, maybe hold out for that. Go ahead and order that. So it's nice to have some choices here. So that pretty much does it for my look at the 4K of Twisters. Again, this might be a little controversial compared to other reviewers out there talking about this is the best thing out there. Not. This is I don't know. It's just as far as a 4K goes, it's definitely they missed the mark. I think this is partly a botch job from Warner Brothers. It could have been so much better. As far as watching this again, I'm not sure which way I'll go. Or did I get a bad disc? I mean, please comment below and let me know what your thoughts are if you've got this and checked it out. Are there bad, Warner Brothers has been known to get bad disc out there, so maybe I got one. I don't know, but yeah, I was expecting better after a couple of the reviews out there, and I was just disappointed with it overall. Again, comment below, let me know what you think. Please check out my other videos on my channel. Like, subscribe, turn your bell notifications on, and we'll see you soon. Geek out.